welcome to this video, and today I'm gonna show you how to make stock. So I have a white stock here and brown stock. Today we're gonna learn this both. I'm learning the mother sauces, and these are the key ingredients to make a mother sauce. Stocks are made to use soups, and gravy sauces, even stewing, braising, and stuff like that. Funny because when I encountered stocks, it's like, what the hell is this? I thought it's disgusting to cook it this way, but I realized it's just really the natural process of cooking. Stock is a liquid that you get from boiling the bones from chicken, veal, beef. Any animals has different flavor, and you can make them a stock. When making stock is we want to use the chicken bones or the veal bone, the part of the animal that has a lot of fats or connective tissue. There's this thing called collagen from the connective tissues, and once it got cooked, it gelatinized. The way I explain gelatinized is it's kind of like it gives the like a saucy texture. I learned this too, that stocks shouldn't be seasoned. The reason why they don't season it is they make glaze, and once you reduce the sauce will concentrate and the salt will, reduce too, and it'll be salty. There's such thing as white stocks. Basically, the difference about white stock and brown stock is just one is they roast the bone in the oven, and the other one is they just straight boil it. You're gonna avoid the things that will give you color in the white stock. The goal in white stock is to make the stock white. But that's not racist. We have the chicken bones here. That's what we're gonna be using today. Always wash your hands when you're holding poultry. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna blanch it. The reason why we blanch the chicken before we actually make a stock out of it is to get rid of the blood and stuff from inside the chicken, the dirty stuff. We're gonna wait for it to boil, then we're gonna throw the water and put it back and add another cold water and do the stock process. When we're putting the liquid to stock, we want to use a cold water always, because in the process it actually breaks down the meat compared to if we use the hot water. Now I have it in high heat just to bring it to the boil. I'm gonna teach you another component of stock. First is the bones. We're gonna think what type of stock we're gonna make. The second thing is there's this thing called MIREPOIX in French, alright? MIREPOIX is basically the base of every cooking in here. Not only used in stock sauces and gravy, it's used in every cooking. Think of every country that has their own base of when they cook. So if you hear the word MIREPOIX, they use onion, celery, and carrots. That's the base of the French. They're like the vegetable that's gonna go into the stock. The ratio is the onion is double compared to the amount of celery and onions. When we're making white stock, we normally don't put carrots with it. We substitute the carrots with mushroom or leek. To peel this, just need to cut it in size pieces like this. I have to wash my salad, damn it. You're gonna have to open it, but this thing is you're just gonna boil it along with that. After we blend it. So this the stock looks like when it's about to boil, right? As you can see, this is the scum. Normally we would skim that because it's just fats and the dirty shit are going up. And that's the best thing about cooking is all the dirty things will automatically come up when you're cooking. Normally we would cook the bone first for at least 25 minutes, and when it's like the end of the cooking is we're gonna put the veg because you don't want to burn, right? And like I said, that's the scum. That's why you need to scoop. You get a ladle and you literally scoop that shit. And now that's boiling, so you're gonna pour it there. Never close your stock. Never put a lid while you're simmering the stock, okay? It'll ruin your stock. So we put the cold water back, and now we're gonna simmer it for like 3 hours to 4 hours. Lastly, the last thing component of a stock is there's this thing called bouquet garni, or this thing called sachet bags. The way they say it in French. But like in the textbook or the school, right, is coffee, the guy who There's just the most common spices you put in a bouquet garni. Bay leaf, peppercorns, thyme, parsley. Normally, you can just throw it literally like that. You don't need to bother because you're gonna strain the stock anyways. And some peppercorn. We put the bouquet garni before the end of cooking. The last 30 minutes of cooking. So look how clear that is. Isn't that awesome? Also, just look how we caramelized. Do not ever boil the stock only in the blanching part. Just bring it to the boil first, then turn it down, simmer. Right, you want to be simmering for hours. Boiling destroys anything in cooking. Also, don't forget to put oil in the veg you're gonna cook, right? Sorry, forgot to tell you that. Put this in the oven. Yeah.
An eternity later.
Shit. What you want when you're browning is you want that good shit, right? That's when it caramelized. Before I finish cooking, I want to put tomato paste. One more thing for brown stock is we use acid. Alright, what acid do is it helps to they help to break down the connective tissues, and they help to coagulate or it makes the process to go faster for cooking. You don't want to burn this. Another thing you can do is cook it before you add all the stocks in a pot. So we're gonna do the glazing soon. The glazing is when you know that the particle that's got stuck in the pan is we're using acid to lift them up, and that's the meaning of the glazing. Now I'm gonna put it back for another short time. The white stock is you're gonna do this for at least every hour. You're gonna check. You can see the oil there starting to come up. The browning is done is we're gonna transfer the bones and the vegetable in the pot. And this thing here is a flavorful thing, right? Don't just throw it out. This is what's gonna build your flavor too. This is what they deglaze. They put a vinegar, they put it back in the oven. So I just put them all in the pot. Just use some vinegar. You might wanna put it back in the stove. Then now we're just gonna, oh shit, some flavors got out. So now that the brown stock's in there along with the veggies, we're gonna bring it and we're gonna boil it like the other stuff. Now we're gonna fill that with water, but I'm just gonna skim this. It's my responsibility to skim this. The water will go down, so add more water as soon as you go. The goal is to always submerge what you're cooking. Okay, this is brown stock. Now what you notice is there's color. Fuck, I forgot to turn it. Brown stock, white stock. Brown stock, white stock. I'm just gonna add some MIREPOIX A now, okay? There you go, I added my vegetable for my white stock, and this is my... Once you reach this stage, you're basically almost done. All you have to do is wait and skim it, and you're gonna strain it. Final tips I gotta tell you is when cooling the stock. You just don't want to put them in a cooler inside while they're hot. You have to cool them. There's so many ways to cool it properly. You can use a sink, then fill the sink with water. Second is you can use ice bath. The goal is to leave it to cool. You know, bacteria will grow from it. You will ferment. Hour has passed, and this is what it looks like. Just keep skimming and just keep waiting, alright? Patience is the key. Alright, so it's been 2 hours now, and so you see how low I'm cooking it? Like really low. Alright, so I've been cooking my stock now for at least 3 hours. And now I'm gonna put this bulky garnish. It's almost 12 AM. I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna strain my stock. We need one of this China cup or chinois. Strainer. Okay, sorry, I said that wrong. You gotta be careful because it's hot. Normally, if you're working with a big stock, you need some big items to scoop things, right? Right now, I'm scooping everything and transferring it to this spot. Careful not to burn yourself. You can press this too, okay? So this is what it looks like for the brown stock. You see look how brown that is, and it's beautiful. Alright, now we're gonna move to the white stock. You can still use this, right? This is my white stock, alright, and this is my brown stock. It looks different from this brown, right? It looks like a white stock. Alright, so this is gonna be the key to the sauces, soups, and a lot of stuff in cooking. I like the smell. Yeah, so if you made it here, I'm glad that you learned, and I'm just happy to share this. Alright, peace out, subscribe. Bye.